digit points, one of those being in overtime. Have very talented scorers with four guys that average between 12 and 16 points per game, and another guy that averages 9 points per game. They've not had an issue scoring the basketball. And tomorrow night's game for us should be about defense and rebounding, two things that we talk about all the time. We need to see where we stand after this game tomorrow night. One side note, K.J. Gilmore, who plays for the Virgin Islands, played in the last game that was played on the Cajun Dome floor as he played for University of Little Rock last year as our final conference game. Also at the Cajun Dome this year, we've got new courtside seating, new LED boards coming in December. We've got a hospitality suite. There's plenty of time to pick up your season tickets if people have not. This will be our only game in November before we return with 4 in a row in December. But if you need information about season tickets or parking, you can call the RCAF or the Cajun Dome box office. And we look forward to seeing everyone at the Cajun Dome.
I know you've scrimmaged other teams, but how much is it concerning that they've played 4 actual games?
Well, it's something that they get an early start, and it's something that we just have to deal with. They do have experience. They've got some older guys. They've got a young man that played at LSUA. They've got another young man that played at Angelina. As we said, they got a player that started for Little Rock last year. So they've got some older players, and they've got some good players. And hopefully we can get off to a good start defensively.
You talked about defense and rebounding there. And you obviously lose Bryce Washington and the rebounding production there. Who's got to step up for you in that sense?
We'll have to do it by the team. Jakeena Gann has an opportunity to rebound the ball. Jerikas Davis has been our best rebounder in practice the last 2 weeks. Certainly Christian Lafayette can step up. But the guards also. Marcus Stroman is capable of getting a triple-double, as we've seen in the past. Somewhat similar to the statistics that Elford put up. So we're excited about what Marcus can do from a guard position.
Is this the kind of team you can open small against, or will you do that regardless and just force other teams to match up against you?
It'll be a game-to-game decision, Tim, with who we start, how much small ball we do play. It's definitely in the cards for this year, and it could be our best lineup. So, again, when you play smaller, you've got to rebound by committee.
Coach, losing the bulk of your scoring from last season, you know, who are you looking forward to stepping up and really putting up the points for you this year?
Well, we discussed this last week in the press conference. It's going to have to be by committee. Losing Frank Bartley, a guy that led us in scoring, was Pete Maravich, LABC Major College Player of the Year in the state. And Bryce Washington, who averaged 10, and Jonathan Stove had a great year and was very efficient also. But we've got guys that can score the ball, and playing more minutes for the 3 seniors for one and some of the juniors will certainly help our scoring totals. You can look at Justin Miller, who started 30 to 33 games and averaged 11.5 points as a freshman. P.J. Hardy averaged more points as a freshman than he did last year. And Jerikas Davis scored 30 in the Vermilion and White game on Thursday. So we have some guys who can put the ball in the basket.
What's the fine line for Justin between being aggressive offensively like he likes to, but then also kind of remembering to do it in the context of things?
Yeah, he wants to score. He gets the ball inside, and he'll Charles Barkley you a little bit and back you down and try to score, and he certainly can do that. But he's got to pick his moments and be patient. He gets frustrated very easily at times, and he's matured a lot since his freshman year. And I'm excited to see what kind of season he's going to have, because he'll be crucial for our success.
Coach, from last year to this year, have you changed anything? Have you adjusted anything by yourself, coaching-wise, from last year to this year that maybe you've learned to kind of implement this year?
I certainly think I'm a better coach now than I was the last time we played. I've studied all summer and fall and spend a lot of time trying to improve and put our players in position to be successful. And we've got some guys who are really talented, from Marcus, Malik, and Jakeena, pretty special players in my eyes, and I'm trying to help put them in the right spots on the floor with spacing where they can show their creativity and the things that they can do with the basketball. So that's the main thing, just trying to get better. We'll see how things play as this season plays out, and we'll form our identity moving forward, whether that's small ball or other things.
The three-point shot, such a big asset for your team last year. State using that in the same way this year, and is that going to be an emphasis as well this year?
Certainly, you had a goal last year to shoot more three-point shots, and we wound up shooting the most I believe we shot in school history, and also made the most. 39.1% of our possessions last year were three-point shooting, and we'd like to do the same this year if possible. We had a lot of success with that last year. And with our spacing and the guys that we have that can shoot the basketball, we need to make shots, and we need to make shots early in the season this year with this difficult schedule we've got with 6 out of 7 on the road. So it is something that we work on every day and hope to continue to implement in our offensive game plan.
What newcomer do you foresee, being the biggest part of your rotation?
Jeremy Hayes, he and Trajan Wesley are definitely going to figure into the rotation. Those two guys have done a good job, as well as Christian Lafayette. All three of them need to contribute in their own way.
Level of competition is going to take a half a step up or so in the next couple of weeks. How much do you find that to be challenging, fun? You lose any sleep playing over top 5 or top 10 teams or the #1 team in the nation?
No, it's an opportunity for us, Dave, to see how we come out and play against some of the best teams in the country, and it's always good. When I was at Sam Houston, we played Texas Tech, and Coach Knight agreed with me that anytime you play a good team early, you get exposed, and you find out what your deficiencies are, things that you may need to work on. So it can help both teams in an instance like that, and that's the way we're approaching it.
And how much will it help, just in terms of not being awed by venues that Marquette and Gant and Stroman have as much experience in those situations as they do?
Hopefully it will help some, but if you look last year, Tim, we went to Ole Miss, opened our season there. Malik did not play well. Jacqueline just played okay, and Marcus was really good. We had the lead at halftime. We go to Clemson, and Malik and Jacqueline did not play well again. Bryce didn't play well. Bryce didn't play well at Ole Miss either, the games we lost. But Marcus had a huge game at Clemson back home in South Carolina. And then even the game over at LSU, the same thing. Bryce played poorly. I felt like Jacqueline was just okay coming off of sickness. I think he may have scored 9 or 10 points, but Marcus was really good again. So they've been in big venues. 2 of the 3 guys have played in Knoxville at Thompson Bowling Arena. So hopefully that will give us some familiarity.